Alrighty, friends, we are back. It's your favorite podcast show of the week. This is Location Weekly. It's episode number 697, and we are recording on November the 27th. Brianna, how are you?
I'm good. I am at family's house getting ready to go start some cooking. So just grateful for some time away to disconnect, and I'm going to do that after this. So, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah. So, first off, happy Thanksgiving to all of our American listeners, viewers, friends. Yeah, obviously, up in Canada, we do that a month earlier, which we've talked about. So, but it doesn't mean we don't celebrate yours. In fact, I am going to a Thanksgiving football viewing party tomorrow evening here. So,
All
you
the
know,
good things.
so we
Yeah,
get it twice. We get to do it twice, really. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So.
amazing.
Yeah, not that my waistline likes that, but it's good. Um, yeah, so I'm okay. It's getting starting to get a little cooler up here now. Temperatures dropped this week. I guess there's a storm coming in on the East Coast. I've been hearing about for this weekend.
Uh-oh.
So let's see what happens. But otherwise, all is well. So
Very good.
yeah. So we've got four stories to walk through this week, and I'll let you kick us off.
Okay, well, we're going to start off with a big one. Big being the company Google, of course, and their wallet offering now has some new notifications that they're rolling out, which I think would be beneficial for everybody who uses Google Wallet. Right now, they have some notifications available, features such as like flight updates, event reminders, or past reminders, but they're not really tailored to the consumer and maybe their location, something that we talk a lot about here, right? So what they're rolling out now is some nearby notifications. So they'll have some proximity alerts. This would be like, hey, you're near an event venue where you have tickets in your wallet. Maybe like you would get a timely update about flight status as you're getting close to the airport. They'll also have some contextual reminders that they're including and rolling out. So this would be like a current location, and then maybe reducing unnecessary alerts based on that location as well. And then using those stored passes, so those context-aware reminders. And then there's some customization options, right? So users can tailor notifications for your passes. You can decide what alerts you want to enable or disable. So you might want to turn off alerts for like parking passes, but turn them on for concert notifications, things like that were some of the examples they gave. So they're using a few different, technology features. Location detection is one of them, and then some triggering notifications and user interaction. So you can choose to view the details of what's happening like within the app, and it makes it convenient, or just other passes kind of on the go. So I think overall, this is like really, going to provide more convenience for those Google users. I know that timely updates and being organized and kind of just reminding, maybe it's something that you forgot you had, and like if you're nearby somewhere and you want to use that pass, that could be beneficial as well. So I think all of these are like just great, features to roll everything out. So they're including this within the next update, so it's going to be like a gradual release. But as you update your Google Wallet, you'll probably start to see some of these features come into effect. So I think this is all positive, um, you know, usable features that will make the app more useful. What do you think?
Yeah, not a lot to add to it. I mean, I'm a Apple user. I'm a big user of wallet passes, for movie tickets and airline boarding passes and, loyalty cards and all those kinds of things. So I love the sort of location awareness, that they're adding to this. And I like that specifically that you can enable it for, one pass, but not for another necessarily. So you can choose where you want to receive notifications or not. So you're not getting bombarded, with unnecessary ones that you're not so interested in. So I like that. So that's really all I have to say to it. I think it's incredibly useful. And I'm, from a personal point of view, I use, my passes all the time. And I guess the one thing about the Google side is that obviously with the payments, the NFC integration to the passes, there's that added advantage over there. So
There you
yeah.
go.
There you go. All right, going over to the UK now. We're going to talk about eBay. Now, we don't talk about eBay all the time on this show, but they have teamed up with a company called OuterNet, which is a out-of-home digital out-of-home company, and they're hosting a two-day, or they've hosted now a two-day experience, which they're called Listings in Lights. So this is an immersive holiday shopping experience that lets people shop, previously used items in luxury fashion, home tech, and toys from eBay sellers across the UK. And so essentially what they're doing is on the Outernet out of home screens, they're highlighting some of these items. In their what they're calling, their listings in lights campaign. And then on the screens, there are QR codes that you can scan at the events and shop these items directly from eBay. So this ran from the 2nd to the 6th of November. Sorry, from the 2nd to the 6th of November is when people who had products to sell could, sort of try to get them featured in this out-of-home campaign with eBay. And then they went online on November the 8th. And then there's also a brick and mortar store where some of these things, are highlighted as well. So they've kind of done out of home. There's a social campaign with a hashtag, listings in lights. There's the physical store component of this. So I like that they've kind of blended all this together and kind of gone with this holiday theme. And, as somebody who, I will say this, as somebody who's currently in, home moving and transitioning stage, I am like all over Facebook Marketplace right now looking for things that I might need and that are lightly used and not necessarily paying full price, including construction materials and things like that. So, somebody's, renovating a bathroom and has, 3 boxes of leftover tiles that, were extra, maybe that's something I can use. So I totally get this. I think there's a lot of value in this. And I think at this time of year, if you're looking for deals on toys or fashion or home accessories, I think it's a pretty cool campaign.
I like this campaign because, like you said, we don't talk about eBay a lot. And I think that it's been as much as many people that use eBay, it's just one of those things that I think is a little bit, has been underrated, right? It's not necessarily relevant. And so I like this because I think it brings in the holiday spirit, it provides relevancy, it's actual things that you could purchase and buy. And I would assume that once you look at a listing, if that has already been purchased, then perhaps there's some other recommendations to similar things that might be on there. So I think that this is like a great holiday campaign, and I just it's nice to hear like eBay, they've been around forever, right? And
Yeah.
now they're still like maintaining relevance and offering something up with some holiday spirit. So I like that.
Awesome.
Our next story is also kind of around the holiday spirit, and we're talking about Nordstrom. And this isn't anything groundbreaking, honestly, but they're doing some fun things. So here in New York, well, not here because I'm not in New York right now, but in New York, where I will be back very shortly, they have what they're calling a spectacular, larger than life immersive installation that's happening at their flagship store in Manhattan, and it's called the Blizz on 57th Street. They're having these like larger than life inflatable characters that are all inspired by New York City staples. They're also offering daily Santa snow shows, which I'm actually interested in. Maybe I can get one more Christmas with my kids getting excited about Santa. We'll see. And they're doing some like experiential packages that they're rolling out. So you have the opportunity to purchase these, which are like hotel stays, Radio City Christmas Spectacular with the Rockettes, which we love to do every year. It's always a fun like holiday event that we like to do. The Nutcracker, going to the Plaza Hotel, or like Boathouse or Tavern on the Green, all these different things that are very, New York iconic experiences. And then the second package also has Mariah Carey's Christmas time concert and some other things. And they're also doing something within their mobile app. So really just like refresh to the mobile app, trying to kind of make it feel more personal, some more recommendations. They're using generative AI, and they have something called style swipes, so that the app can make some product recommendation based on preferences, habits, all the things that it's like recognizing. One thing that I do like, from the AI perspective, is making it super easy for customers to use the app and find what they're looking for. And you can just describe it in your own words, right? To say, like, hey, I'm looking for this sweater that has sparkles and stripes, or like whatever you want to say. And then the app would use like those search capabilities with the generative AI to help provide those recommendations, which I think is really helpful. And so customers are going to be able to, interact and be served more brands. They're going to have some inspirational content that's there. And then they also have their loyalty rewards points, which is Nordy Club. And they have points that count towards what they call Nordstrom notes. So they can kind of like earn as they shop. So again, nothing groundbreaking. They've added a lot of new brands. They've added some new experiences that you can purchase, which is pretty cool. And I think that, this is a good time to roll out these features, because if you are like me and you're, a busy mom, you're trying to shop whenever you get a break and like some distance. And sometimes that's on your phone, sometimes it's on your computer, sometimes it's in real life. So they've kind of covered all the bases here. And I think this is fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've done a great job of reviewing this. I think for me, when I think of Nordstrom, I think about, those stylists in the stores and the recommendations that they can give you, and kind of like that personal experience that you get. And so kind of blending that with, the generative I think is really cool with the style swipes, capability. And I like that they've also kind of, gone with this, where you can just describe what you're looking for, and then the app basically takes that information and goes and kind of comes back with recommendations for you. I'm less on the point side, because I think, I think it's good that it's there. And if you're a regular and you have that, amazing that that's available there. I just, for me, intellectually, I don't think about Nordstrom as a place I'm going to collect points, right? It just seems mentally too premium, a brand for point collection for me. But I get that that's happening and that people are doing that, and makes sense. And then the other thing that I think was at the end of the article that I was reading is that there's 300 new brands that they've added this holiday season that are part of their digital marketplace. So I think just using the app to create exposure for those brands too, I think is really interesting.
Yep.
So, all right, moving on, staying with sort of generative AI to some extent, we are talking about Perplexity. Now, have you used Perplexity yet? See, it's perplexing me to say it.
I have not, and I found this very interesting because I'm like, is this something I would use? I need to maybe try it out. Have you used
Yeah.
it?
I have a little bit. I've just, about maybe a month ago, I started kind of like playing around with it as I heard about it at a conference, and it seems to be sort of the fastest growing one there, now in the market. So anyhow, this company Perplexity, see, I struggle to say it, Perplexity. It's perplexing me. They, on November 11th, they announced that they're releasing this feature called Buy with Pro. So this is they have a pro subscription service in the US. So you can pay $20 a month, where you can purchase items directly within Perplexity's app or website. And so now they've got this Buy with Pro sort of capability that they're launching out there. And so essentially they're trying to go head to head with Google and Amazon for search based purchasing. So like, just like we go on Google and we look for, items that we want to buy, or we go into Amazon and we look for things there, they're using their AI platform to basically make that easier and more efficient for people. So you can add a photo of what you want along with your query. You can get, free shipping right now if you use their one-click checkout tool to buy items. They're currently, because they're new, not taking any percentage of the transaction. So, that's a great one. And obviously timing, doing this at the holiday season when everybody's out shopping, if you can buy the same thing through these guys that you can buy, let's say on Amazon or Google, but not have to pay shipping, maybe that's an advantage, and maybe that's going to drive some traffic to them. So I think that's really interesting. They've also launched a free merchant program to make it easier for large retailers to share their product data within the platform. So they've got a full sort of API that lets you, as a merchant, sort of refine how your products appear in search results and kind of have some control over that, and kind of what's trending in their dashboards. They've also got, where was I reading this? Some integration with Shopify as well. So they're pulling Shopify's sort of catalog, into their system. So a lot going on here, and I think that they're well positioned. They're growing incredibly fast. For those who don't know them, they are looking to triple their valuation to 9 billion, and one of their founders is Jeff Bezos. So there's that.
Listen, I'm kind of like excited about this because it's something that's an alternative, but then the fact that it is pesos, you're like, oh, so it's the same thing in essence. The rich get richer. You're like, can we diversify this a little bit?
Yeah,
Can we
yeah,
change
and
the
then
way we
Amazon
shop?
launched their Haul platform, right? Last a couple weeks ago too, right? Which is their kind of competitor to Temu and the other one, Shine, like those super discount,
Yeah,
Asian shopping platforms. So Amazon's launched a platform there called Haul as well.
interesting. We're gonna have to keep a pulse on this one, right?
Yes, we will have to watch this one. I say try it out, buy something. Let's see what we can do.
Let's look. I need a rug. I'm gonna be
There you
shopping.
go. There you go. So that's it. That's our show for this week. You've been listening and watching episode number 697 of Location Weekly. Of course, we thank you for your time. If you have story ideas, if you have feedback, we'd love to hear about them. If we've talked about you, reach out to us if you want to give us more details or something that we missed or didn't understand enough. And we'll see you next week with another show. And once again, happy Thanksgiving to all of our
Happy
American
Thanksgiving.
friends. Yeah. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.